Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Keeping Goals. As you can see, I am laden with kit. We're off to training again. Jonny's come along to film some of it. But first of all, I'm going to teach you my stretching routine. I'm going to show you what I do to stretch, why I think flexibility is important, and as a result, why I've made flexibility a big part of my game as a goalkeeper. This is probably a routine that's applicable for goalkeepers, for footballers, for other athletes. You don't necessarily have to be a goalkeeper for this to benefit you, but I'll show you either way, and hopefully it might help you out. Prevent injuries, help performance, all those kind of things. So let's stretch. So you probably have seen in some of the training that I've done, the games that I've played, flexibility is a big part of my game. As a smaller goalkeeper, I have to be able to use every inch of my body to its full potential. I have to be in control of every movement and have to make a save however possible. Whether that's with my feet, with my hands, any part of my body, I have to be able to control the movement, not get injured in the process of making the movement, and be confident that I can make the save. My kind of obsession with flexibility started when I was a kid. So I was fortunate enough to be in quite a sporty family. My dad was a footballer, did kickboxing, and when I was a kid, my brother and sister did gymnastics. They would do stretching all the time, all those movements, and I could barely even touch my toes. So my dad, my brother, and my sister, they could all do the splits, and I could do nothing. They used to take the mick out of me, and as a result of that, I started stretching. Being a competitive person, I wanted to be as flexible as them. They slowly stopped gymnastics, my brother and sister, but I just kept stretching all the time, and now I'm probably more flexible than they are. This routine is something that I do before any exercise, before any goalkeeper training, any training in general, any gym work, any runs I go on. I do this full exercise, this full set of stretches in order to prepare myself for the session. It's partly an OCD thing. I want to go through it. I want to make sure my body's ready. I want to make sure I don't get any injuries, but it's also beneficial for my game, as you see from the saves that I make and how I perform in matches. So, first exercise. First thing I do is just some hip drops. I do this mainly to open up the hips and the back and start to get the body moving. If you've been not doing anything active all day, your body gets stiff, and this is a good one just to get it starting to move. So I'll be bringing my pelvis down, keeping my knees on the floor and my hands on the floor, but moving my pelvis to either side. Just opening up your spine, your hips. Once I've done a bit of that, I'll move on to my back. Similar again. So I'll pull my quad up to my chest, pull my knee in with both my hands. I'll put one arm out to the side and I'll roll let me take my mic off. I'll roll the knee across, trying to keep this left shoulder on the floor. You'll feel sometimes a bit of a crack down your spine, and that's pretty nice. Again, just open up the spine, open up the hips, get everything moving. Again, pull the quad back in, stretch it out again. Moving on to the other leg, pulling the quad in, right shoulder down, left knee across. Usually do it without a microphone, so it's probably a bit easier. Then, after that, one knee, one leg in front, and you lean back, and this opens up the hip flexor. So you can see from this side, opens up this side of your body. You feel the stretch in here in your hip flexor. I do variations on the movement to stretch it out a bit more. So I'll bring my left hand, put it on my right heel, stretch my right hand above. Again, opens the back up and opens the hip flexor out. Then I'll incorporate into a hamstring stretch, put my left leg straight, toes pointed forward, stretch down my hammy, reaching past my toe. Some of you might be able to reach to here, some of you might be able to reach to here. You just go where you want and where you feel the stretch. The key with stretching is, the reason it hurts is because your body's going, I don't like that, I've not done that movement, and tenses up. Relax, breathe, and then your body relaxes into it. So you will be able to stretch further as you go on. Turn the toe up, stretch the hand past, that just hits a different area of the hamstring. So instead of being high in the hammy, it will then move further down towards your knee, bottom of the hammy, top of the calf. And again, just change it out. feel the stretch in different places. Last variation, back up, knee back up. You've stretched the hip flexor. This time you're going to take your right heel, pull it up to your bum. Using both hands to hold your foot and to pull it in tight to your bum, that then stretches your right quad. And then we do the same on the other side. Hip flexor, stretch that out, open up, right hand to left heel, hip flexor again, hammy out, toe up, toe down, up again, exactly the same as before. Left foot up, both hands on, pull it in tight, stretch the quad. Okay, next one. Moving on to your groin and your hip flexors. Get into an almost position where you're pushing out your legs. You want to lean back into the stretch so you feel it, and then at the same time push forward so you're dropping your pelvis down to the floor, keeping your legs almost like froggy out the back. This just opens up your pelvis again and your hip flexor and your groin. Next stage of your groin stretching, left leg out, right leg stays the same, bent as a knee. Underneath your body, your left leg goes out, and then you're stretching down this groin there. Some people might not go this deep, some people might be up here, might be down here, depends how flexible you are. The same with all these stretches. Like I say, I do this pretty much every day. And by doing it every day, you improve and you improve over time. So, improvement in stretching is like anything else. It takes time, it takes practice, it takes effort. You then, going back into a hammy stretch, turn your toe up, sit down into it. Some of you won't be able to hit the floor. Doesn't matter, don't push yourself, just go where you can. But for if you're a bit more flexible, sit up so you can feel it in your hammy. You go down your leg, stretch that hammy out. And then if you're even more flexible, you can go down to the floor, pass your knee. And then the other side of your leg as well, stretch another part of your hammy. Back up to your groin stretch. And as you could probably tell, these stretches help with your foot stays. Boys and girls, Johnny's come to film and we're doing a stretching tutorial. So again, same groin stretching, put your elbows into your knees, just wobble it out. Move up, stretching your glute. Same on the other side. Left foot on your knee, bend your foot, or bend your knee, and then bounce, you'll feel that in the glute as well. And then if you want, yeah, put your head to your foot. There you go, Jake. Right, onto your calf. What's the medical name for a calf? Gastrocnemius. Boom. You're just slowly bending it out so that you feel it go up from the bottom of your calf to the top. Take it slow because you haven't done any stretching of that bit yet. And then if you're ready to bounce the calves, bounce the calves. And then you can bring your right foot outside your hand and vary up. You're stretching with your arms, which then opens up your back and your glutes again. So for the same on this side, bouncing your calves, left foot outside your left hand, open up your arms, elbow down, knee down, elbow down, open up. Yeah, and then moving on to your arms. across your body as well. Right, I think that's probably it. So these were mainly a mix of dynamic and static stretches. You'll also do all the jogging, high knees, closing the gate, opening the gate, kicking through, all the dynamic stretches which you can do as well as, but that's a static and dynamic stretching routine that covers basically the whole body. Then you're ready for your session. That's the vlog. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Keeping Goals, guys. Thank you for tuning in as always. I'm coming to you from Macclesfield at the minute, not from Loughborough. Jonny's back in Loughborough, working hard, putting the vlog together. I hope the stretching routine is going to benefit you as a goalkeeper, as a footballer, as an athlete, as a person. Whatever you use it for, the flexibility and stretching routine has helped me a lot, and I hope it'll bring you just as much value. Me and Jonny had a good idea. We want you to show us your attempt at the stretching routine. Send me some videos, show me you trying the stretches, see how you can do, monitor your progress, and see if the stretching routine can help you improve your flexibility. Let us know, send me the videos. I want to see you guys try it out. Like, subscribe, help keep the channel growing, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, guys. Speak to you in a bit.